This is the official post-event press conference for EFC 39, live from Grand West, Cape Town.
Thank you to Grand West for hosting this fantastic event, and to all the Cape Town fans who came out and supported these great athletes. You guys are awesome. I'll now be announcing the prize-winning athletes from EFC 39. Performance bonuses are awarded to Sibusiso Mdoku, and another performance bonus to Umpi Sabeko. And fight of the night is awarded to the welterweight clash between Sean DeLange and Mark Hume. Now, if you can raise your hands and ask myself or the athletes some questions.
First question for Brendan Groenewald. Brendan, unlucky. We just want to find out, what was your plan? You didn't have much time to kind of execute it, but what was your game plan going into tonight's fight?
Look, yeah, I don't think it was unlucky. I think Andrew was just a better fighter on the night, and he came out and he crushed me. You know, it is what it is. He's a fantastic fighter. I said from the start that it will be a great matchup. Every time I make an appearance, I come out to fight. Win or lose, I give 150%. When and if I come back, I'll give 150% again. So well done to Andrew, who's a deserved champion.
There's questions for Tumelo and for Gideon. I think that's probably the worst fight I've seen in the history of the EFC. I'll ask you both, what do you have to say to the fans here and at home who paid good money to watch you fight today? Tumelo first.
Listen, it's hard to say, you know, that I'm not going to complain about getting a W. I fought a fight that I wanted to. I thought he was going to come in better. I thought he was going to come to me, and then I can work him from there. But I'm not going to complain about getting a victory. I don't think anyone would complain about it. It wasn't a good fight, it wasn't a good performance, but it's a victory, and that's what we work for.
You're shaking your head there. You do disagree with that?
Sorry, what was that?
I see you shaking your head. Do you not? You don't buy that?
Yeah, I disagree. You know, I think that fight was terrible. It was horrible for me to watch. It was horrible for the fans at home watching. Unfortunately, you know, we put a lot into this fight, promoting it, and to be quite frank, you guys didn't deliver. You didn't engage. You didn't do anything, and that's not what guys are here to see. So something, and in reality, in our opinion, we don't want to put on a fight with you fighting Chef after that. So as far as we're concerned, Champion Dalcha is going to be fighting for the light heavyweight title. That's the way it's going to be.
Question for Andrew. Andrew, this was a fight that you'd been looking forward to for a long time, and one that you the fans felt was stylistically matched. Do you feel going forward that someone like Cyril Lasker is the same kind of style and a worthy opponent for you if he gets through Ruan?
Yeah, he's a short, stocky guy, man, and those guys are horribly tough. And yeah, he took a lot of punishments, and he had some great stand-up, some great takedowns. He's an exciting fighter to watch. Yeah, and you know, part of my goals was to fight an international guy, and if it comes to that, I'll be pumped, man, for sure.
Hi there, Kieran. Cairo. Just a question. I want to extend a big congrats to the guys who actually aren't up there tonight, and that's the undercard guys, because they were clearly the fights of the night tonight. I mean, two of those fights were outstanding. I don't want to jump on it, but Tumelo never actually answered anything. What was your take on your fight? Clearly in round 2, you knew you were behind, you didn't do anything, you got encouraged to step forward. Nothing ever changed till the end of round 3. So I just want to know from Tumelo, what was his mindset, what was he thinking about that fight and trying to get a W out of it?
First of all, I would like to apologize for the performance I gave you guys. It was absolutely ridiculous. I didn't fly here to run around inside the cage. If it's possible, I would like to have a rematch. I came here to fight, not to run around in the cage. I really trained hard for this fight, not to run around, but to fight. I tried to engage, I couldn't catch him. He was all over the cage. If it's possible, I would like to have a rematch. Thank you.
Question for Don. Don, there's a general kind of, almost a sentiment amongst MMA fans that this fight was very much a fight to get you back on a win streak, or at least a win. Who are you? I mean, is there anyone you're looking for? I mean, Dave Mazani's just re-signed with the EFC. Is that someone you'd look to fight? I mean, what's your take on things?
You know, after my last fight, I asked that I could start right from the bottom of the division and work my way up and fight every single guy, and that's what I want. You know, since I've been in the EFC, I've had 2 fights that weren't main events. I've fought the best guys there are, and I would like to get my fair chance to work my way through the division like everyone else.
Question for Gideon. We know that isn't your best performance. We just like to know what exactly was your game plan coming into this fight. What exactly did you have planned out for this fight?
Yeah, that isn't the way I normally fight. Our game plan was to fake and to get him to come in, and from there work my way with a stand-up and then shoot for a takedown. But he didn't come in as I expected, so I kept working on the outside and working with the kicks.
I have a question for Ishad. You come from a gym that has you come from Evolve MMA, and it's ironic that today we've seen you evolve. But some people would say to get the belt, you're going to have to evolve a whole lot more. What are you going to have to do to get that belt?
I think I proved tonight that I'm not just a kickboxer anymore. You know, I basically did what Pena did to everybody else. I took him down, but I didn't just hold him down. I took him down and I beat him up. So what I'll continue to work on is obviously my takedown defense, and I'm pretty sure Pena doesn't want to keep it standing. So I'll work on my takedown defense, and I think it'll be an excellent fight.
Question for Cairo. Cairo, you mentioned that Champion's now the legitimate contender for the light heavyweight title. We've seen Norman Wessels lying around here somewhere in the crowd. Is there a chance to ask him what he feels about that?
Yeah, let's bring him up. Tim?
Norman, just a question from our side. Given what's gone on tonight, Tumelo and Gideon's fight and the performance put on by Champion, what do you make of it? And a kind of a decision to give Champion the fight down in Cape Town.
Look, from a strategic point of view, you know, Gideon executed his plan very well. He showed some improvements, but the result was lackluster. At the end of the day, we are here to perform. We're here to pull the trigger. We're here to do a good job. At the end of the day, that's not going to cut it to beat me, bro. You know? It's not going to cut it. Champion, I'll see you soon, my friend.
We normally hear of a submission of the night, and obviously there was no submissions this evening, but there were 2 knockouts. In your opinion, knockout of the night?
Yeah. I mean, I would actually have to go with Andrew. You know, I think Cameron's was awesome. Maybe more so because he's not known as a stand-up guy. You know, he's comes from Chris Bright's gym, so we all expect him to go for subs. It was great. I think he was as surprised as Papanga was at the time. But you know, Andrew's was pretty clean and was pretty awesome. We just haven't started. We've stopped doing knockout of the night and sub of the night bonuses. We just do performance bonuses and fight of the night now. That's why one wasn't awarded.
I've got a question for Yannick Bahati. Yannick, you really seem hesitant to pull the trigger at times. Was that the ring rust? You haven't fought for 2 years, or was there something else going on tonight?
I definitely have had a hard time pulling the trigger. I couldn't get my range going and my shots landing. You are right, I haven't fought for quite a while. Plus, obviously Dalcha, I knew he'd be looking for a takedown, so I was a little bit tentative in opening up. But regardless, I did have a hard time getting my range, and I was expecting a little bit that Dalcha will be a little bit more aggressive, especially in the first round. Obviously, the fight started a little bit slow. I thought he'll be coming a little bit more aggressive, but obviously that's how it went down.
Question for Champion. Champion, have you got any thoughts on the latest news about fighting for the lightweight title? What do you think about that? Can you tell us?
I say first of all, I want to thank my mighty God, Nzambapung, to make this all possible tonight. Secondly, I want to thank my team, DP, Dragon Power, to make me ready to fight anyone, anytime, anywhere. That means I'm ready to fight for a 30 shot.
Question for Ompisi Beko. In pre-fight interviews, you stated that Irshad Sayed was just an opponent in your way of gold. What do you feel went wrong with your fight with Irshad tonight?
I can say to you what went wrong. He changed the game plan. He was supposed to stand with me. As he said, he will stand, but he changed, which is good for him, and it came right for him, you know. So, you know what? That's good for him, you know. So, yeah, well done. That's how it is. That's the name of the game. Thank you.
One last question for Cairo. Cairo, your plans to bring in other events down to Cape Town for the rest of the year, can you just shed some light on that and when we'll be back?
Yeah, we've got 2 more shows booked at Grand West. The first one is on the 8th of August. We're back here on a Saturday, and the next one's on the 7th of November, also on a Saturday. So the last 2 shows for the year in Cape Town are both on Saturdays. Thank you all for joining us, guys. Next is EFC 40 at Carnival City on the 6th of June for Bagger Team vs. Du Plessis. Good night.